Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous. Here's her story. Hey, Ollie, don't think this topic will ever get old. Would you please do an open commentary on domestic violence leading to murders, women unknowingly married to men on the down low, and the havoc this wreaks on families? Many stories on YouTube. If you need me to send you some, I will. The trends are increasing. Maybe give some red flags all in one place on this video to watch out for our younger folks coming up. Worth repeating. Thanks, Anonymous, if you plan on reading this. Well, this is something I have spoken about numerous times. The first thing you have to understand about the down low man who's with a woman is that these are male borderlines. And to answer your last question first, the red flags. Look, what you're dealing with here when you're dealing with these guys is you're dealing with women in men's bodies. They have the mind, they have a female set of pattern of thinking. They have a female set of pattern of thinking. And why is my camera? Oh, there we go. That was weird. Got all blurry. So the first red flag is when you're dealing with them, are you dealing with another version? Because the reason why you're going to be attracted to a man like this is usually they act very similarly to your mother, or maybe to your father, who's also a borderline on the down low, where they let their emotions run their lives. They fly off the handle. And this is something that you might not be able to recognize right away of like, what's going on here? Why is this guy acting like, what is this? And when you step back and you look and you realize like, wait a minute. Dealing with him is like I have to deal with an emotional woman, because men and women are different. They think differently. And I'm not saying that to bag on women. But the reason why these guys get violent, and a lot of borderline women get violent, they are violent because violence is the last stage of narcissism, is the last stage of the narcissistic breakdown. When nothing else, when all else fails, it turns to violence. Now, a female's not as strong as a male, so they're not going to do as much damage. But if you have an emotional male with them thinking like a female, basically a version of his mother, you're basically dating or married to a version of this borderline male's mother. Major mother issues, major emasculation issues, major problems with masculinity, and also major problems with women. These are the first ones to come to violence when challenged by another woman. When you have a guy who flies off the handle at the slightest challenge from a woman, run. Because he's not thinking logically. He's thinking emotionally. He's thinking, and all his logic patterns and his conflict resolutions were learned from his mother. His mother, who is 99 times out of 100 another borderline. And the one thing a borderline can't stand is being confronted on anything, especially on something that they're doing that's screwed up. So like when these guys get caught, or when these guys get found out, or when they get even questioned, that's when the snap comes. That's when the violence comes. That's when women actually get hurt and killed from these dudes. And it's scary. And red flags, and the stories I've heard, like all of these guys disappear for long periods of time where they're unaccounted for. The wife doesn't know where he is. She can't get a hold of him. He's doing stuff on secret on the internet, looking, like I've told women, check and when they suspect, I'm like, check his internet history. You're gonna find it. You're gonna find it. You're gonna find him either like on Grinder or these other sites, and it's all emotion. And what you're dealing, you can never put your finger on what it is that's wrong with this guy, and why you're attracted to him is because on some level, a man acting like a woman could be very comforting to a woman, because a woman wants to connect emotionally. It's a lot easier for these women to connect emotionally to these borderline download men, because they're emotional people. They're not acting out of logic. But when confronted, when that burning feeling in the stomach, in the subconscious, finally comes, like, there's something wrong here, and you question them, that's when you get the spiral. That's when you get the snap of out of control. That's when the real violence comes in. You think about it. I mean, most of the women on here and a lot of the men were abused by their mothers. Now imagine putting your mother's brain in a man's body. Imagine having your mother's impulse control in the body, in the strength of a man. And that's what you're dealing with when you're dealing with these down low borderline men. You know, the red flags are always the same. It's all emotion. They all fly off the handle at the drop of a whip. They can take the criticism from other men. They cannot handle questioning or criticism whatsoever from a woman, especially a woman who they know, they're intimate with, they're married to, they're related to. They snap harder than anything imaginable. And when they snap, look out. They are the most dangerous of the cluster bees. I said, borderline women are horrible, are monsters. Borderline men are flat out fucking dangerous, because they will kill you. Think about the borderline woman in your life. Now put her brain in a strong man's body. Tell me that's not completely frightening to you. That's what it is. The goal in dealing with any narcissist is recognizing the red flag immediately. And as soon as you see it, don't try to fix it. You can't fix him. Just like men tell other men when they're dealing with a borderline woman or emotionally compromised woman, you can't fix her. You can't fix her. You can't fix him. He is unfixable. He is gone. And if you try to challenge him, you're gonna get yourself hurt, or even worse. Recognize the red flag as soon as you see it, and go no contact, and don't look back. Don't fall for the manipulation. Don't fall for the guilting. Don't fall for the crying. Because this is a thing. Women want to see men have some emotion. They like somebody want to see him cry, or they want to know they feel. A borderline male will work himself up. A borderline male can make himself cry, where a borderline female cannot. It's weird. It's very, very strange. But they can. And when that male cries, the woman thinks, oh, I've gotten somewhere with him. No. He's manipulating you through the crying the same way as a borderline woman would manipulate you through the crying. Don't buy it. It's not a breakthrough. It's not an emotion. It's not a sensitive side. It's a red flag. It's a warning. It's danger. Because once you challenge that borderline male, all hell breaks loose. So recognize the red flags early and get away from them. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much, Anonymous, for your contribution and topic. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to follow both my Rumble channels. Follow me on Twitter and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.